Hey everyone, so it's day 4 in Yukon, and we're kind of taking it easy today after 2 days of hard fishing. This morning we actually went to the McBride Museum in Whitehorse.
I think, yeah, McBride History Museum.
We kind of want to get a bit of a cultural experience into this trip, so I think that was really good. It was a really big facility, I thought. We spent about 2 hours there.
Oh, you could have spent more.
Yeah, easily.
You could spend a day there if you wanted to.
We actually missed a good portion of the display. There was actually a second and third floor as well.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like from the main building?
Yeah. But basically it goes through the I guess the history of Yukon and both the First Nation and the settlers, and also the wildlife in this region, and the gold rush, World War II, and it was really interesting, really fascinating. It has a pretty I guess deep history in this area. Right.
I almost would suggest anyone who's coming up to this area to do that first, so you have like a little bit of background knowledge before you go and do everything. Yeah. If I could do it all over again, I know we're up here for different reasons, not vacation, but I would totally recommend that first.
Yeah. And it's always good to know the history of the area before you visit it, right? I wish I did more research on it, but it was good that we actually went into it and took a look. So yeah.
It really showed me that I knew nothing about up here.
Yeah. The city is great. We actually got a parking pass that we could park anywhere for 3 days in the city. So they're really trying to accommodate tourists. So definitely come up and take a look. So it's the afternoon now. We're gonna head out on a boat for a few hours. Dennis has invited us to go out to Miles Canyon. Apparently it's supposed to be really beautiful. We're gonna take a look at it and maybe do some more pike fishing.
And maybe learn the history of Miles Canyon. Yeah. It sounds like a pretty interesting landmark up here.
It is, so we'll go take a look. So this is our 4th day in beautiful Yukon, and thank you very much, Dennis, for having us here. It's been a treat. We got into 2 new species.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming, and I've always enjoyed your channel and your message, and that's why it's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a great week.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
No problem.
Drive this boat through Miles Canyon. There's so many rapids, and I've never driven a boat before, but I have my license. Here we go.
That was fun.
We lived. I'm gonna fillet fish now from now on, and I'm gonna drive every boat on every trip.
You got out of your bubble.
Yeah.
I did get out of my bubble here.
Well, that was fun. We did a really nice boat ride up the Yukon River. Didn't do much fishing, but that's okay. We did plenty of fishing the last 2 days. Beautiful scenery around here. It's just been a wonderful trip. I think we're going to go back to the hotel now and have some dinner, and hopefully we can still go to the fish ladder tonight before we go home tomorrow.
Well, we we've come to another end of one of our fishing adventures, haven't we, Rod?
Yep, sadly we have to leave tomorrow. We've been here for 5 days now. This is our very first time in Yukon, and you did not disappoint us.
You will not, what's the saying? You have not seen the last of us.
Exactly. Hopefully we'll be back next year. There's still so much to explore in this area. We have only touched a little bit of it. We're finishing up the this trip at the Whitehorse Fish Ladder and Salmon Hatchery, and very fitting, we've got lots of information about the First Nations history with salmon in this area. Now, so these chinook salmon are coming up the Yukon River from Alaska. They travel roughly around 2,600 kilometers up to the dam, and then since they can't get over the dam, they have this fish ladder that was built in the 1950s to help them to get up.
Yeah, and then the hatchery was opened up in the 80s, and they were saying that for the returns they're hoping for 600, and they said that the runs start at 70,000. They're guessing it.
Yeah.
That's so many fish. It's not that they die or don't make it here for those reasons. They actually stop, and there's many spawning grounds along the way from where they enter in Alaska to Whitehorse.
Yeah, it is the longest chinook salmon run traveling that far in the world, and it's quite amazing. If you guys ever come up here, you got to check it out. But what about the fishing?
I was gonna say, what about our highlights? What was the best part, Rod?
For me, I think, like I said earlier, catching pike I've caught before, which is still special, but I think that my highlight was actually going to Dennis's house and cooking up the pike, which was totally, blew me away, kind of took me by surprise, because Dennis said that before we ate some, he said that his wife actually prefers pike than halibut. I was somewhat skeptical about that, but after tasting it, I thought it was ridiculously delicious.
I can agree with her opinion, because I kind of laughed at it in my head. I thought there's no way that this slimy fish could taste better than halibut. And you know what? My word, the first couple bites of that fish, my first thing was like, there's lingcod and there's pike, and it's like the meat was so moist and flaky, and you couldn't make it, you couldn't screw it up, and it didn't need much seasoning. Like, we asked Dennis what he did to it, and he said it was just a simple beer batter, nothing else. And I actually really wish that we could have brought some home.
It was just a really satisfying experience, going out fishing with him in the morning, catching some pike, and then we harvested a couple of fish, bringing back home, and he invited us over to have dinner, and it was a great day. So,
it was very special, and you actually took my highlight, because the dinner there was the best part.
Yeah, my other highlight would be the grayling, I think.
Are you gonna say all my highlights?
Okay, what was your highlight?
My highlight was the grayling. It actually was, because there was so many. I mean, like in BC, one thing with fisheries, or like when I'm out fishing, if you make a mistake, the fish normally don't come back. They're spooked, or they're just, they don't want to have any of it. But these fish were really forgiving, and especially with myself being still not new to fly fishing, but not great, it's an excellent opportunity to practice of fly fishing, and you feel successful with it. So I'd cast, and you'd hook up, and maybe you'd lose the fish, and then you'd cast again, and you'd get another chance and another, and it was so visually stimulating watching these fish breach for tri flies. And I didn't think that it would be as fun as it was after we had pike, and pike's at the bar so high.
It's almost 9 o'clock in evening time, and I think they're closing, so I'm gonna get kicked out in a minute. But we gotta get back to the hotel. We have a flight to catch tomorrow morning with Air North at 7 o'clock, so we gotta get lots of sleep before that, right? Such a long way to go home.
It's more getting into YVR and then driving to Chilliwack.
2-hour flight, you can be up here, enjoy the beautiful nature in Yukon. So but anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for everyone who supported this trip. We could not have done it without you.
So Air North, thank you for getting us up here, and Travel Yukon for making this possible, and of course Dennis for setting this all up, and
H2O out Trout Fitters.
Yes, H2O
Trout
Steve
Fitters.
from H2O Trout Fitters for taking us out to do some grayling fishing on the Takini River. That was a great experience, and thank you guys for keep watching.
I think that's Air North right there.
Well, maybe, but thank you guys for watching, and keep watching the videos and supporting, because without you we couldn't be here right now, right? Just like you were saying 5 years ago, right?
If somebody told me that I was going to be in a tent in Yukon talking, or next to the hatchery here, and just being here, I would have never believed it.
Yeah, so thank you guys very much, and hopefully you guys will stick around and watch our next adventure.
Until next time, good luck fishing.